you go, buddy. Is that good? Sorry, that was me. I'll move over here where I'm not going to interrupt you, okay? Oh, I know you need some privacy. Privacy, please. Hi. Hi. You saying privacy, please, Tycho? Hi. Is that good? I'm going to put her over here while you play, okay, Tycho? That good? Yeah, it's a microwave. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Hi, Catherine. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah. Tico's giving me a little bit of the eye of what's the paparazzi the birdie doing here. We actually streamed a bit on Facebeak prior to this, but then thought we'd hop up here because Tico's still working on the squash a bit. So we'll have some fun, right, Tycho? Tico's not sure how much fun it is to have a camera pointed at him. But that aside. Here. That good, Tycho? Big stretchies. Big stretchies. What do you think? You never know what you're going to get with live with Tycho. I know I've always say that with any live. Max is a little bit more predictable. With Tycho, sometimes he just stares at the camera for a while. Max tends to be a little bit more interactive. Max, when you turn the camera on him, he wants to play and he wants to get involved. Tycho. Thought you were going back for round 2 with the squash. I know, it was very good. How's the squash? Some pasta. Little stick of pasta. Shh, don't tell Max. Okay. Yeah, you just needed a snack. All that squash left you hungry. Tycho, do I need to point out the problem with that? Squash is completely edible. If squash, you'll never go hungry. All right, put that in for another minute. It's reheating leftovers from yesterday's dinner for me. Warm. Like some? I want. That is a piece of cooked potato. It's plain. But Tycho really, really likes potato. I'm going to let him munch on that. And I'm going to come around and pick up the other device so I can see comments. Oops. I definitely have things set up for being maximum awkward today, Tycho. There we go. That good? Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Cheryl says Bob and the girls are watching. Hi, Max. Max Gerder's here. Yeah, chicken and potato are always delicious. Tycho just loves taters. And that's fine. Oh, definitely, Cheryl. Max is definitely a ham. Yeah, okay. Now, I think I'm caught up on comments, but I'm here and I can read comments from where I'm at. And I'm far enough from the camera that Tycho does not think I'm filming. Hi, Brian. Brian's joining us from the Bronx. It's a quiet stream this evening with Tycho. Bit of munchies. No, Max, I'll go get you some. Max just surfaced from doing a bit of nesting and checked his food bowl. He discovered that there's no treats in it. And he sees Tycho eating something. Hey, Teeks, would you like another piece of tater? You want another piece of tater? And I'll give Max one too. Uh-huh. Okay. Just going to scoot here for a minute. Pass, because I gotta get to Max's cage. Oh. Tater? Okay. Want some tater? Come here. Well, that's what we're eating. Max is sure that potato is not what we're eating. Is that good? I'm very happy, Tycho. So we get fresh fruit and veggies through the day. Everybody here likes big pieces they can hold in their foot. So we don't usually do chop. Hi, Midnight Blue. How are you feeling? Check your food bowl, Max. Another piece of pasta. Here you go. Oh. Yeah, I've got the pasta that's all covered in sauce. No good for birdies. Got garlic and onion in it. You can't have any of that. Yeah. Is that good? That is good. Cheryl says that she tried to give Bob a piece of sticky pasta, and he didn't want any of it. Here, the flock loves pasta, both soft cooked and sticky. In this case, sticky it is a stick, therefore it is stick-y. But they do like crunchy pasta as well. Yeah, that's okay. But if I cook something for the flock, it's always absolutely plain. I don't add any salt. I don't add any sauces. Some herbs are okay, but I'm always very mindful of what they're getting. Because things like garlic and onion are not good for birds at all. Processed foods aren't very good for us, and of course not good for the flock either. But the flock really likes to eat a bit. When I'm eating something, they want to share in and they want to have the same thing I'm eating. It really is flock behavior. And that's one of the reasons why the flock is so good about eating a variety of foods. Was that good? Now what are you going to do, Tycho? Are you eyeing up my plate? I'm not sharing it. What do you think, Max? Max, there's many more polite ways to ask for food. And I think if you want something to eat, you should be quiet. Max, do you want something to eat? Here. That's right, you're being quiet. That's right. Oh, so good. Oh, Tycho. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, playtime. Birdie bagel. Tycho absolutely loves these. Yeah, Cheryl says he'll eat it cooked. Yeah, Cheryl, what I do when I cook food, even things like pasta or rice, I don't add any salt to the water when I'm cooking them. And that can end up with a very, very bland tasting rice or pasta. There's enough salt in it already. And usually I just salt on the plate. I've gotten some really weird looks when I've had people come over for dinner and it's like, this rice tastes weird. Oh, you just have to add a little bit of salt. And they're looking at me going, I've never heard of salting rice on a plate. It's something you put in the water when you cook it, but not if you have flock. Oh, so good, Tycho. Yeah, crunchy's good, isn't it? Isn't it? All right. I know you've been making a mess over here today. Toss the toys at the bottom of the container, which is fine. That's why it's there. Hello, Isis. Let me know if I'm pronouncing a name incorrectly. I never know how to pronounce names, so I just guess, but please correct me if I get a name or a pronoun wrong. Hey, what did we talk? We talked about being quiet, didn't we, Max? Okay, now that's a good bird. Hi, Tycho. Max is convinced he's gonna starve. Yeah, so we just had Isis join us, which is always cool. She sent a bunch of hearts. And now Tico's going after a birdie bagel for a little bit. That's a good toy to play with. Okay, we're gonna clean the beak, then we're gonna sit and stare at the camera. Fluffed up. So you're looking pretty relaxed, Tycho. Looking pretty happy. Yes. How's the squash? Gonna shred a bit more squash for us. I think that's what every birdie wanted to watch, was you shredding some squash. He did start on the squash just a little bit earlier this evening. As I mentioned, we did a quick stream on Facebeak before hopping onto YouTube. And that squash was whole when we started over at Facebeak. I know that there are some tools where you can stream multiple places at once. We're watching a few of our friends like Einstein play around with those. But right now we're just doing independent streams. And it's good to show everybody a little bit of different stuff too, isn't it, Tycho? Hey Max, what do you think? What do you think? Touch the squash. Is this your squash? Oh, that's a mad bird. You don't touch the squash. You touch the squash? Yeah, hackles went up. I think some birdie is telling me that that is his squash. Umans, no touchy. So Tycho, it's totally up to you. Do you want to shred some squash? Do you want to just hang out and relax? What do you want to do? Hi, Miss Linus. Hi, angels. Max, we're not gonna yell. Poor Max. Life's tough. Life's really tough. Nobody likes it when you yell, Max. Nobody likes it. Tycho doesn't like it. I don't like it. Neighbors don't like it. What? You know, Max, it's pretty tough to be a Moluccan. Is your brother getting all of the attention and he's just napping on camera? So what are you gonna do? Idea. I have a wonderful idea. Watch. That's what I got, Max. Can you get it? Oh, work for it. Yeah, you got a Wally. Max got a walnut because Tycho's got all of the attention. I think that's a fair trade. Tycho, you can have one later. Hey, Tycho, what are you doing? You're just sitting there. Well, I don't know, buddy. You're just sitting there. Yeah, Cheryl says 7:15 in BC, 8:15 in Alberta. Absolutely, we're in Alberta. Miss Linus has 10:15 in Ontario. Angels, we do have a Discord for Max. If anybody here is on Discord, after the video finishes, check in the description of the video. Actually, check the descriptions of any of our videos. We've got a link to our Discord there, and then bop on over and say hello. So Gloria says 10:17 in Lansing, Michigan, but staying up for Tycho and Max. Yeah, that's super sweet of you. Yes. Well, I see a beacon being deployed. Oh, just one bite? You just want to show everybody your artwork, huh? Yeah, actually a funny story about time zones. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, and my office that I work with is in Toronto, Ontario. And that worked quite well. I mean, with COVID, everybody's working remotely anyhow. And yeah, I'm not a morning person. I'll start by saying that. So I usually start, reasonable hour Calgary time. rather than super early. And it works out well, and I'm available if somebody needs me for an early morning meeting. And people are pretty good about this. Well, I had somebody text to see if I was okay with a, what was it, a 6:30 a.m. meeting. And I'm going, yeah, well, 6:30, 2 hour time difference, that's 8:30 Toronto time, that's quite reasonable. Oh, absolutely, I can do that. And then I got a message in saying, oh, and here's the meeting invite comes through. It's for 6:30, all right. 6:30 Toronto time, which is 4:30 Calgary time. Kind of messaged back and corrected that one and said, hey, I can show up for that, but is there another time that we can schedule this for? Because honestly, you're going to get somebody who's tired, has not had coffee, and, you'll get more of me if you ask at a reasonable hour. 6:30 a.m. Calgary time, I can do. 6:30 a.m. Toronto time is 4:30 a.m. my time. You're probably going to get a really tired person on the end of the call. Hey, oh, is that good? Yeah, so Tycho's already done some shredding, so right now he's eating a little bit. And sharpening beak. Is that good? Yeah, Tycho. Brother's quieted down, which is always good. Angel, that would be fantastic. We hope to see you Discord, and yeah. Yeah, Miss Line is definitely way too early. That's okay though. Are you having fun, Tycho? Cheryl says she took an art class at 3:30 a.m. last week. Where was the art class being hosted, Cheryl? And what kind of art do you do? Cheryl says her class was being in India. Isn't it absolutely amazing with the way that we've transitioned to so much online that we don't, we can take classes coming out of India or England or anywhere. And although there's a bit of a time zone difference, it's still achievable. A decade ago, that just would not have happened. Poor Max. You got paper to chew on. I'm going to be mean. And this all drops into your food bowl. Hi, Tycho. That good? Are you having fun? Cheryl says that she mostly does fabric art, but this was Mandela's. Cheryl, Mandela's can be absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. That is really cool. One thing I love about the chats is we are all here because we're fans of parrots, but we sometimes chat about other things and get to know a few things about our friends. So it really is a community. Angels asks, Mama, have you ever seen Ruby? Mama Jer back here does not know who Ruby is, or which Ruby you're thinking about. Can you give me a little bit of context? That's right, Tycho. Yeah, Tycho's not up to a lot right now. I think Tycho's kind of tired. But what did that? Oh, Angel says Ruby is an African gray. No, I don't think I know Ruby, Angels. We follow a few grays, quite a few of them over on InstaFlock. And of course, we're great friends with Einstein. Yeah, isn't that right, Tycho? You're a big fan of Einstein too, aren't you? And Tycho definitely knows which grays he's watching on the screen. I've shown him some videos of some different grays, and he definitely likes Einstein, and he really perks up. Some of the other grays, he just kind of shrugs and goes, whatever. Max? Max, what is going on with you tonight, huh? You don't want up, you don't want out, you... Was it too much excitement earlier? Yeah, Max, you streamed earlier and you even got to go outside, didn't you? That's right. All right. Hi, Tycho. Well, Tycho, you have got 5 minutes to either start doing something or we might call the stream. Ooh, Miss Linus asks a really good question. She wants to know if anybody knows of a good pellet for lovebirds that doesn't have corn as the first ingredient. Cheryl thinks that tops is alfalfa. Miss Linus, I really don't know. Back when I had lovebirds, this is back in the early 90s. And back in the early 90s, we didn't know what we know today. I mean, there were some pellets that were available, but you know, you didn't have the push towards pelleted diets. There were just a very few. And when I had lovebirds, I mean, they were on a seed diet, seed, fruit, and vegetables. And that's actually how Tycho started out as well, with seed, fruit, and vegetables. You know, a number of years ago. Maxwell, who's talking here? Who's talking? But a number of years ago, you started hearing about the benefits of changing diet and using some of the pellets. And, you know, actually, even by the mid 90s, I was beginning to mix in some pellets for Tycho. Back then, it was the Tropican sticks, and you could buy them bulk. And one of my early memories of Tropican, we would buy bulk and we would put them in glass containers. And I remember grabbing a glass container and I'd shake them out into my hand and then put them into the food bowl. I dumped a handful out into my hand and I realized that I had dumped a handful of pellets and moth larvae that were squirming all over my hand. And I managed to have the wherewithal to dump the pellets, the larvae and everything back into the glass container and close the container, my first instinct was to fling and get them off my hand as quickly as possible. Quite glad I didn't do that. But, you know, it does happen. You know, when you buy bulk food, sometimes you end up with critters. I mean, even sealed food, sometimes you end up with some critters. So I keep thinking one of these days I'm going to buy myself a freezer again. And it's just not been at the top of the priority list. You know, in the winter I tend to take food, put it in the garage when it's super, super cold out because the garage isn't heated. And that will freeze the food, so that's easy when it comes into the house. And then during the summer, I just take a really close look when I open food to see what's going on. Yeah. Well, it's preen time. You look so pretty, Tycho. You really do. Max, you're being noisy. Hush. Can you whisper? Hey, Teeks, what are you doing? Yeah? Well, Tycho, you look pretty content. You're all fluffy. You're sitting scooted down. You're kind of down on your haunches. Your wings are a little bit loose. You look like you are ready for a nap. Oh yeah, you're even on one foot. Is it almost nap time? Oh, preen the foot. Tycho, you're kind of hiding behind the squash there. Angels, Tycho is 26 years young, and Max, who was screaming in the background a few minutes ago, is 27 years young. So they're both about the same age. Tycho's been with us since he was 6 months old. Yeah, you were just a little baby, weren't you, Tycho? You know, baby greys are the cutest thing in the world too. They're still figuring out everything. Their feet are too big for the rest of the body. They're quite clumsy, and they are super, super, super sweet. You know, the eyes are still gray. They've got that shorter rounded beak. I mean, they just look adorable. We really didn't know anything about parrots, so we were very lucky that we managed to raise Tycho as well as we did. Yeah, and then Max, of course, is a rescue. He was 10 years old when he came to live with us, and that was 17 years ago. Maxwell? Max, I'm not going to turn on the radio because we're streaming. We can't turn on a radio when we're streaming. Max. Oh, poor thing. What is a cockatoo to do? What is a cockatoo to do? see how the camera's doing. Okay, let's shift it over here. So I'm gonna unplug it. Had it charging. Whoopsies. I know, Tycho. Yeah, we'll just jump in for a bit of a close-up. Even though it's been charging, it looks like it's been trickle charging. Because it's pretty low on battery right now. Hey, Tycho. Uh-oh, you're going to give the camera the stink eye, huh? What? What you doing, Teeks? So I moved the camera because you were hiding behind the squash. So what's the first thing you do is you stick half your face behind the squash. There you are. Pretty, pretty bird. Yeah, no paparazzi birdie. Well, Tycho, what do you think? Have you had enough streamies? Had enough attention? So Tycho, it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep on or are you done? Hi. Okay, Teeks. You think you're done? Well, Tycho, can we give you a quick head scritchies? Scritch, scritch? Yes. Yeah. Oh, we got new feathers. That feel good. All right. Well, everybody, I'd like to thank you for joining us. Yeah, what do you say, Teeks? Yeah, I agree. Your brother's kind of noisy. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day, and we'll chat with you later. Bok, bok.